Ryan West writes, you guys keep mentioning the fact that Warcraft could be the game changer when it comes down to video game movies, not being the worst thing ever. However, you failed to mention the upcoming animated film adaptation of Ratchet and Clank coming to theaters in April, just a few short months before Warcraft. Don't you think that this movie could break the mold of terrible video game movies before Warcraft?
Yeah, the Ratchet and Clank trailer came out, and I remember we missed it because we missed it by a few hours, and then the following day there were just too many important movie stories. We went over it. The Ratchet and Clank trailer, though, is a pile of shit. It's awful. It totally, completely sucks. And that's not a commentary on the video game at all. We're talking about Kung Fu Panda earlier. I love me some really good animated films. But instead of being in the vein of The Incredibles or an Inside Out or even a Kung Fu Panda, it looks more in the veins of like Rio or something like that. The humor was awful. This is totally... This is what makes Pixar so great. They have movies that you can totally bring your kids to and they are going to love, but they're still intelligent movies. This one, they're gearing for 5-year-olds. And it looks like they're gearing for 5-year-olds. And even slightly intelligent 5-year-olds are going to reject this thing. This is a piece of crap trailer. So, no. I mean, look, and we've seen pieces of shit trailers in the past turn out great movies just because it's a bad trailer. But that's all we've got to go on right now. So, no. This horrific pile of steaming refuse known as the Ratchet and Clank trailer is not going to be the movie that breaks the trend of bad video game adaptations before Warcraft or Assassin's Creed.
I had never seen this trailer before, and I watched it today, and it actually reminded me of that movie Moms Are From Mars.
That about 8 people saw.
Yeah, and Home and all these. It felt like that, and it felt generic, and I was like, who cares? And I actually said to Mark, I was like, why is this coming out in April and Kung Fu Panda 3 coming out in January? I'm like, that should be the opposite. But as far as the question on the table is for the video game, even if this movie is incredible, I think that the reason we wouldn't include that is not taking anything away from animation. We're looking for the big wave of the genre for the video game movies as live action to work. That hasn't happened. Even if this movie is incredible, and then you have Warcraft stink, the video game movies are not going to be saved because people.
It would be a step in the right direction.
It would be a step in the right direction, but it's still there are some people who just don't watch animation. They just don't. Like even like my dad the other day, who watches everything in the movies. He's like, I don't watch the animation. I don't know what it is, and just he won't see it. But if there's a wave of video games, movies that are good, like a Warcraft and Assassin's Creed, that's what we're kind of hoping for. And again, I'm not taking anything away from animation, but I still think this movie's not going to be the one to do it regardless. It's just tough.
Well, it might be a bit of a leap to consider Warcraft live action. You know, I mean, we get to see how much live action actually takes place in Warcraft. But I totally understand what you're saying. Is it's
not Final Fantasy?
It's not Final Fantasy, and this movie just looks like a run-of-the-mill animated film, and it might be fine. It might be a good movie, but to break the spell that has been cast over video game movies since the greatness that was 1995's Oscar-winning Mortal Kombat, it gets real tough, and it's not just going to be Ratchet and Clank being passable. It's got to be a Warcraft or an Assassin's Creed or an Uncharted that is great, that has people rushing out to the theater month after month, week after week to go see it.
Video game movies are the Chicago Cubs.
It's true. Was there a goat? Was Goro eating a goat in the first Mortal Kombat?
It's really
some sort of weird curse.
That's what it seems to be.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.